Mermaids in Africa? Now that's peculiar. Let's discuss on today's Peculiar Occurrences. Do you believe in mermaids? Now, in most of the world, it may seem a little silly to believe in mermaids, but in some parts of the world, they are not only believed in, they are highly feared and thought to terrorize whole villages. Now, history has shown all sorts of different kinds of merfolks. There are legends of the beautiful and enchanting merfolk that we see in most cartoons and depicted in Disney. Then there are ones that are supposed to be ape-like in features with a tail. And there's ones that have monstrous faces and are more fish than human, or the beautiful and luscious sirens that will lure you out to them. They are the benevolent protectors of the sea to shy and reclusive little things, to vicious savage monsters that are rarely seen and described as sinister and evil. Legends of merfolk come from all over the world, but the one place you wouldn't really think of when thinking merfolk would be the dark continent of Africa. Yet, over in Africa, most people and tribes not only see them as very real, but say that they terrorize them, entire villages. This is especially true in southern Africa, like in places like Zimbabwe, where mermaids have long been part of their tradition and feared. In Zimbabwe, they are often called Mondeo and are known for grabbing innocent swimmers and pulling them under the water to their deaths. In 2012, work that was being done on 2 separate dams was suspended because workers refused to go back and build it, saying they were being terrorized by mermaids. These mermaids were said to be pale-skinned humans with long black hair and red eyes. The workers were supposed to be doing repairs and putting in new water pumps, but refused to go back to finish the job after saying a few of their workers had not only vanished, but had been chased away and terrorized by these merbeings. Things got so bad that the Zimbabwe Water Resources Minister appeared before a preliminary committee to explain what was going on. He ended up saying that they had tried to replace the workers with white workers who are not as steeped into the lore about mermaids, but even they ended up running away in fear, saying that they were being terrorized by the mermaids. In turn, they tried to get tribe leaders to perform rituals and riots to appease the merfolk, to try to be able to get the workers to go back to work. According to the tribe leaders, many lakes and reservoirs in the area are inhabited by merfolk, and dams seem to be one of their favorite places for them to congregate. When tribal leaders were presented with the question of whether or not they believed these mermaids really existed, they unanimously believed that these mermaids did existed. One even said that anyone that doubted the existence of the merfolk were doubting themselves. Not too long ago in Zimbabwe, there were 3 boys who were herding cattle when over by the dam, when they thought that they had spotted a huge fish under the water. So 2 of the boys jumped in, hoping to catch the fish with their bare hands. The 3rd boy claimed that he saw a mermaid come up grabbed both of the boys and pulled them under the water, and then a short time later returned them to shore. And being frightened, the boy ran off and tried to get help. And when the parents got there, the two boys were still alive, and they went over and tried to go to their aid when the mermaid came to shore, grabbed the two boys, and yanked them back in once again. And this time it was witnessed by not only parents but several other people from the village. And shortly before this happened, there was actually an incident where two young boys told their mother that they saw a woman in the water that had a body of the fish near this same dam. And the next day, one of the boys went back to that location, and he was later found dead. Then there's a 45-year-old school teacher named Rose who was walking home from work one day and decided to take a shortcut that no one really ever took because it involved crossing a river over a bridge. And while she was crossing this river, she claimed that she was attacked by a merman and a merwoman, and that luckily she was able to get away. But she had very badly hurt her arm and hurt her leg, and on her way home, blood started oozing from her mouth. She later told authorities that though she had gotten away, that the merfolk had been very beautiful. Then just a couple of days after this, a very similar attack happened to a 32-year-old. And it is said that the police, even the police and the authorities, are too afraid to investigate these attacks because they're afraid of getting too close to the water, because they're afraid that the merfolk will grab them in and kill them too. In a very deserty area called Karoo in South Africa, there has actually been cave paintings of mermaids that date back thousands of years, and it's very confusing to a lot of academics that why such a desert, dry place would have mermaids as part of their legends. Though the place where these caves were found, these drawings were found, at one time had been underwater. To the south in Clean Karoo is a place that has a lot of underground caverns full of water and rivers and such, and this is a place where mountain-dwelling mermaids are thought to live, and they are supposed to be terrifying, often luring people up into the mountains, up into their dwellings, and taking them for their own, or killing them. These creatures, though, are not known to be flesh and blood creatures by the inhabitants of the area. They believe them to be some sort of spirit or demon. Okay, now we're about to get really peculiar, folks. One of the weirder accounts of mermaids in South Africa was an account that happened on November of 2014, where a mermaid was supposedly seen by several people flying across the sky. The mermaid was supposedly seen flying over a shopping complex parking lot, and it seemed to be coming from a nearby casino. The mermaid is known to be a huge nuisance in the area, and that it sometimes takes the form of a woman and walks to the casino to complain about the noise. But the witnesses involved said this was the first report they've ever heard of it flying. Now, I thought that one was pretty peculiar because I've never heard any legends or anything of flying mermaids, though it does make you think about USOs, unidentified sunken objects that supposedly out in the ocean just fly up, and people think that they're, alien aircrafts that are parked under the ocean. Maybe it's really flying mermaids. That'd be crazy. These stories of mermaids in Africa, they just go on and on and on and on. I could seriously sit here and just recite stories and probably make like 3 or 4 20-minute videos, because they really do just go on and on and on. And the funny part is most of them are counted to have several witnesses, not just one person saying something here or there. Most of them have several witnesses involved. So what exactly could be going on in Africa with these legends of the mermaids, or what's really causing the legends of the mermaids? I don't know. But I would love to know what you think about this peculiar occurrence down below. Have you ever heard of African merfolk, or the evil merfolk of Africa? Let me know what you think down below. And while you're down there, don't forget to check out my description box for your peculiar occurrence gear. We got some pretty good stuff. As well, throw a like on this and share it out to all your peculiar friends. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're new here, along with that little bell, so that you know when I upload. And until next time, keep your eyes peeled for all things peculiar. Do 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 do. Follow me on social media.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.